Funko, collectibles, movies, trailer reactions. Long ago, there was a guy who was just a guy, but all that changed when he got his first collectible. From that moment, he became a collector. Some say he was a myth, but most say a legend.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I just wanted to put this, little video together. I'm gonna try to, keep it short a little bit, see how long I make it. Just wanted to put this little video together, really in honor of Stan Lee. I'm sure all of y'all have heard by now that, sadly, Stan Lee has passed, and may he rest in peace. At first, I didn't want to believe it. I really thought it was like a hoax, like that goes around a lot, different celebrities, like that hoax prank and all that stuff. So like I really didn't want to believe it at first, and like I just didn't want to, and then I saw the reports, more and more reports starting to come in, and that's when I was like realizing it's like, this is actually true. And it just really hit me hard whenever I heard about it, and it really, it just really hit me, like I really didn't want to believe it. And you know but really I just wanted to talk about pretty much the impact that Stan Lee has had on me. And he's had I'm sure he's had an impact on other people as well, and impact just in general to, like, as far as like pop culture and all that, comics and everything like that. And I just wanted to talk about Stan Lee, the impact he had on me, and how like it was, how he was to me. So like um really the first comic I remember reading was X-Men. I don't remember the exact issue or which one it was, but it was X-Men. I was a little kid. um I have to say about maybe, I was like, it was like elementary age. It was about maybe 8 or 9, something around there. No, actually, it was about a little before. It was about 7, maybe. But X-Men was actually the first comic I read, and like it really admits me into this universe that Stan Lee co-created. And it really, to me, reading the Marvel comics, reading about the different heroes and characters that they developed, it really was like a whole nother universe to me, and it really was like an escape from the real world for me. And like whenever, like the impact it had on me, like whenever I was having a bad time or something going on in my life or whatever, I would turn to the comics and read. And that was really one of my biggest things whenever I was having a bad time, or something I wanted to do or enjoy doing. I would read books, I would read comics. And Stanley co-created this whole universe that really made an impact on me. A bunch of characters, that he created, and everybody knows around the world now. And like everybody knows, even though they might not necessarily know Stan Lee that way. There's, whenever you ask somebody do they know Stan Lee, most likely somebody will say something like, okay, yeah, he's with Marvel. Or some people might say, oh yeah, he's a guy that cameos in Marvel movies a lot. So Stan Lee is pretty much like a cultural icon in the world. Like majority of people know him. And like this was a heavy loss when it came to like hearing about this. And like everybody was sharing posts and all that stuff. I even shared a post too, saying how I felt about it. It was like really quick though, but I shared one, and it really hit me hard whenever I just got the news. And like it really was like a piece of me, just like I lost a piece of myself. That's what it felt like whenever I heard the news the first time, or whenever I finally settled on that this was true. I even got told by somebody that were saying, how you gonna, like, how's this affecting you so much when you didn't even like personally know the guy? And like I was thinking, like it affects me so much because it really feels like a piece of me literally has just like left, like it's gone, like a piece of me. Like that's how much of an impact he's had on me and my life and all that. And really, it's like, I mean, like it's hard to even picture this too, and like I almost had a chance to meet him, and it was crazy. Like I really was going through like the emotions. Like I almost had a chance to meet him, but unfortunately I did not get to. It just didn't pan out. So like and then hearing this news, it really like takes me back to that time where I was close to meeting him, but I didn't get to, you know. But really, I'm just grateful for this universe that he created. It provided me an escape from the real world to where I could just go into this world and just immerse myself in the stories that he told within the comics, and it was just really I'm just really thankful for what he did, and just the different characters he created also, like Fantastic Four, X-Men, Iron Man, Hulk, Spider-Man, is these now iconic characters in the cultural, like pop culture, and like everybody knows them now, especially with like the movies being worldwide blockbusters now. It's like now it's a regular thing to see comic book movies now, and like that really comes down to him. Like he's not the only person, but he's really a big influence to why we have that today now. Why it's like really he's one of the reasons why everybody now is going to the comics when they're trying to get new material to come up with movies or shows, because now we have like a bunch of comic book movies, a bunch of comic book shows, and like he's one of the reasons why people and like studios are now going the comic book route and trying to find their next big thing through the comics. And I think one of the reasons why, whenever Stanley was writing in the comics, one of the reasons why the superheroes and the characters really stuck with us is because he made them relatable, really. Whenever you're reading the comics, yeah, they had superhero level threats, fighting villains and all that stuff. But he also added real life problems and real life, uh, you know, complications in the comics too, and it really made the characters seem more relatable, and it's really something that was good that he did. So that's what made an impact on me to also, because the characters were relatable, and they went through the same stuff like it was in real life. And like for me, as because I'm a collector, I do collect figures and all that stuff. Really, if it wasn't for him and creating this universe and these characters, literally like half of my collection would not exist if he didn't create these characters and this whole universe. Pretty much half my collection will not exist at the moment, because pretty much a majority, not majority, but at least close to half of my collection is Marvel and the characters. So like that's a big impact too that he's had, and I'm really just thankful for what he's done, and really like I don't know, like I mean it's just a big loss to everyone that is impacted by him, and you know it's really hard to bear. And I mean, like, I didn't want to believe at first, but sadly it's true, and he's dearly going to be missed. Like, he really is. And really, the impact that he's had on me really goes to like the part of me that like because of him, there's like the part of me that's been shaped, you know, like to actually been a Marvel fan all this time. And really, if it wasn't for him, I honestly don't know what I would be like today. Like he's not like the sole reason of why I am like who I am today. He's a big part. He just made like such a big impact, and like he really shaped the part of the person I am today. So here's to Stan Lee, and I hope he you know rest in peace. He's off in a better place now, and really you know, just thankful for him. So that's probably what I'm gonna leave it at for right now. And the one last thing I'm gonna say is Excelsior. And thank you, Stanley.
You know, I guess one person can make a difference. Enough said.